When the refreshed Model S was announced, it was supposed to get into customers' hands by March. Now it's set for June 3rd, and there's even a release event associated with it. Many people think this is due to the steering yoke or some production issues, but I think I know the real reason. Let's see if I'm right. Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. So first I want to give a little bit of credit where credit is due. This comes from a discussion in Discord where people were talking about the reasons for the Model S delay and why there would be an event, and I was like, ooh, hey, this is a really cool possibility. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I gave credit where credit was due, and if you want to join us on Discord, by all means, check out the Patreon link and you can join us. Second, I don't want to bait and switch here, but I'm going to take just a short tangent because I really want to talk about the new Roadster with the 0 to 60 1.1 second rocket assist package. That is going to be a heck of a thing. I mean, I have a feeling there's a roller coaster at Cedar Point that I've been to before where they kind of launch you out and then it goes up a tower and back down again. I have a feeling it's going to feel a lot like that when you push this thing to the limit. There's been a lot of concerns about this rocket assist package not being street legal, but I have a feeling that they're not even going to attempt to make this street legal. They'll just basically say when you're on the street, the rocket assist package is not available for you. When you go out on a track or someplace that is allowed to use something like this, then you can use it, but it won't be available just for normal city street driving. That would be a little bit too much like being in a Batman movie, I think. So anyway, they may actually literally handle it by geofencing the package. It may be like you can use it when you're in very specific areas, but not anywhere else. So that would be a way of getting around the street legality of having a rocket package on your car. And one other crazy science fiction-y thing is that Elon Musk said he always had a thing against flying cars, but now he's building one. And so that indicates the Roadster may actually be able to hop slightly or, hover just a little bit in the air. That is a kind of a crazy thing if they actually instantiate that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand, the Model S and its delayed release. Again, it was originally supposed to release in March, and then it's been delayed and delayed and delayed, and now there's a release event, right? So they're actually having an event on June 3rd. This is very unusual, and I think the reason why is because they're going to announce that they're going to be removing radar, so there will be no radar in these new Model S's, period, and they're going to release the full self-driving beta, at least for the Model S's, at that time, because of course you need the full self-driving beta with the vision system in order not to have the radar. So what is my evidence for this? Well, it's entirely circumstantial, of course, because I don't work for Tesla, but it makes so much sense that they would actually do something like this, and it also makes the Model S even more attractive to customers than it would be otherwise. If Tesla first releases the full self-driving beta to new Model S owners, that's going to be a big boost to Model S owners, and they'll be able to have bragging rights, right? While the rest of us poor people who can only afford another version of a Tesla will have to wait for potentially months to get the full self-driving beta, or maybe they'll just go ahead and release it all at once. I don't know. But anyway, I could certainly see them releasing it just with the Model S's and the Model X's eventually, although those are going to be delayed so long that I have a feeling that the rest of us will get the full self-driving beta before the Model X is released. But anyway, at least for a short period of time, I could see Model S owners having bragging rights that they get access to the limited version 9 beta. But anyway, let's consider the evidence. First, they were supposed to release the Model S back in March, so that's 3 months that they've delayed the release of the Model S. Now, obviously, production issues and other things could be a problem, but people have seen these things in the wild. It seems like the yoke has actually been accepted as legal by NHTSA, NHTSA. So anyway, National Highway Traffic and Safety Board, anyway, whatever the acronym, NHTSA. But it seems like that's been allowed, and so the yoke wouldn't be an issue. And production issues, of course, could be a problem, but it doesn't seem like that has been an issue because there's been a lot of Model S's spotted. So what the more likely issue is that they need, if they've gotten rid of the radar entirely, they would need to vet all the software. They would need to drive a lot of test miles, with engineers, etc., to make sure that it was all working properly, and then they would need to, package it up, make sure all the legalities were all set in place, etc. So they need to make sure that the software is working and that it's working well and that it's not going to cause any problems. So that would be the reason for the delay, and it also would be the reason to have a release event, right? It's not like they normally have release events for new models. It's not even a new car, it's just a refreshed version of a car. So why bother to have something like a release event for it? Well, that would be because because they want to advertise or show off or talk about the new vision-only system, which of course Elon Musk has tweeted about and which I've talked about quite a bit in other videos. You can check out some of them up here if you're interested. But anyway, the pure vision system would be a massive, massive leap forward. And there is a small cost savings because I think the radar systems cost, in the order of $400 or $500. It's probably cheaper if you're Tesla because you're buying lots of them. But of course, for a $75,000 and up car, that kind of cost is inconsequential. So that really isn't the important part. I think the important part is that Tesla is trying to move forward. They're trying to make that big step to not needing radar anymore. And I do have people on Discord. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find it myself, but one of the people on Discord said, if you look at the Tesla order page, it no longer says radar, just 360-degree vision, powerful visual processing, and 12 ultrasonic sensors. So I'm not exactly sure. I can't find that myself, but if I can track it down before I edit this video, I will definitely put a screen grab of that up here for you. But that also indicates that Tesla is moving rapidly away from needing radar. And all of that is bound up in software version 9, which, by the way, if you haven't caught my other episode on that I did yesterday, my sort of pissed off, like, why are we having to wait so long episode, that the delay is that Tesla decided to just skip version 8.3 of the software, which still depended on radar, and just go to a completely vision-based system with ultrasonic sensors. That is still part of the package. Ultrasonic sensors are really not for driving, or well, at least not for things that are far away. It's for stuff that's close by. So I guess if a car like pulls into your lane or something like that, the ultrasonic sensors would of course help the car to realize that and to move out of the way. But pretty much entirely other than that, it's going to be a vision-based system. Now, people have commented about vision-based systems having flaws in terms of like blizzards or torrential rain or really, really heavy fog. And those situations might actually create a situation where Teslas might not be able to drive in those for a brief period of time. So there is the possibility without radar that they will have to not drive under certain circumstances. And I think that's actually okay. I mean, again, human beings are all vision-based systems, and we can't drive under certain circumstances. Like if the fog gets too bad or the rain gets too bad or you're in a blizzard, you're gonna have to pull over to the side of the road or stop for a while. So I think asking a car to be able to drive in circumstances that human beings can't drive in safely is not really level 5 autonomy. That's like sort of Superman autonomy, right? You have to have X-ray vision or something like that. And also don't forget, I did a video, which is linked up here, about how Tesla may be able to use some tricks with vision to actually be able to see better than human beings in things like fog and rain, etc. So anyway, it's May 25th as I record this, so it's a little over a week until the June 3rd event. I will be very curious to see if I'm right about this, and you all can hold me to it if I don't get it right. So hopefully I'll get it right. Otherwise, you can ding me and say, not Dr. Know-It-All. But if I am right, I want a little bit of kudos for getting it right, for thinking about this, thinking about all of the different pieces of evidence. Again, completely circumstantial. I have no insider information. This is just guesses based on what I'm seeing around and a Discord discussion, which I think was really cool and kind of sparked my brain. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it thought-provoking. If you did, definitely like it so other people can find it, and please do subscribe if you think it's worthwhile. Also, an extra big shout out to my patrons on Patreon today. You all are wonderful, and the Discord conversation led to this video directly, so thank you so much. And speaking of which, we have a new Patreon patron shout out today. There are 3 new patrons. We have Dean Siren, Milton Damer, I hope I got that right, and Crunch. Welcome everybody, and if you want to join the fun, just check out the link in the description. And don't forget about WeBull, which is a stock and crypto trading platform. If you look in the description, you click on the link and open an account, you get 1 stock valued at up to $250, and if you fund the account with $100 or more, you get a second free stock valued at up to $1,600. So that is a fantastic deal. Check it out in the description. And of course, don't forget about our merch store, which has awesome t-shirts like Tesla Rockets for the People, Don't Mess with Tesla, other t-shirts, tumblers, mugs, etc. So check out the link in the description. And finally, don't forget we are both Tesla and Amazon affiliates. If you look in the description, you can see how clicking a link and going shopping helps the channel. Thank you so much. In the meantime, don't forget to ask me questions in the comments or at my email address, which is drknowitallknows@gmail.com. Till next time, bye-bye.